assume YouTube has as well. So
there you go.
I think the grace period is good. We are live, and good evening, Internet, and welcome to our little show. Live Long and Podcast is pleased to present to you the 8th edition of Star Trek Radio Theater, our 8th episode. On this show, we reenact Star Trek episodes from various series. Many of us are going to be playing multiple roles within tonight's performance. This is all live. We're all remoting in from different locations and playing these characters, doing the script reading. This week's episode is Star Trek Voyager's 25th episode from the 3rd season, Worst Case Scenario, which it aired first time in 1997. It's a script by Kenneth Biller, and so we're going to be going through all of that tonight. It's about a Maquis mutiny, perhaps, or something along those lines. So we're going to get into the story. If you're not familiar, it's going to be a lot of fun. Just a reminder that all the performances are subject to artistic reinterpretation, and whatever the performer's feeling could be in the spirit of that character is acceptable. So as we get into it, so it's a bit of a good thing of fun. We also have some new cast members, but I'm going to get into all that at the end when we introduce everybody. So with no further ado, let's start the broadcast.
Focus on interior corridors. B'Elanna Torres is walking the corridors, seeming confused about which way to go. She makes up her mind and heads down a corridor with purpose. Chakotay catches up with her.
Where are you headed?
The bridge.
Mind if I walk with you?
Not at all.
So, how's it going?
Not bad, I guess.
Tuvok still giving you a hard time?
No more than usual.
I don't know about you. When I think about spending 70 years on the ship with that guy, it gives me a headache. I get the impression a lot of the crew agrees with me, Maquis and Starfleet.
We focus on the turbo lift as they both enter.
Bridge. So, what do you think?
About what?
About what I've been saying. A lot of the crew aren't too happy with our chief of security. And for that matter, I don't think Captain Janeway's winning any popularity contests either. Don't you agree?
Why do I get the feeling that you're testing me?
Let's just say I'm interested in your opinion.
Why?
You're a good officer. I like you. And I wouldn't want to see you get hurt.
Computer, halt turbolift. Look, what's this all about?
There are going to be some changes around here. All of the Maquis are in line, and about 25 of the Starfleet crew are with us.
Are you saying there's going to be a mutiny?
And when the shooting starts, I'm going to need to know which side you are on.
We focus on the bridge. Torres is working at an ops station. She seems nervous and looks at Chakotay. We see Tuvok at his security station as Janeway enters the bridge and heads over to Chakotay.
Well, Commander, Voyager's all yours.
There's a first time for everything, I guess. Don't worry, Captain. I'll keep your ship safe and sound.
I'm sure you will.
Shuttle B to Captain Janeway.
Go ahead, Mr. Paris.
The shuttle's ready to go whenever you are.
On my way.
Janeway and Chakotay start to walk toward the back of the bridge and stop at Tuvok's station.
Captain, I've been thinking. Are you sure you don't want to take Lieutenant Tuvok with you, just in case the Rukani turn out to be less friendly than they seem?
I assure you, Commander, I have made thorough preparations for the captain's safety during her away mission. You, on the other hand, are still adapting to your duties as first officer. Under the circumstances, I believe that my time will be better spent assisting you in your effort to justify the captain has placed on you.
I appreciate your concern for my safety, Mr. Chakotay, but Tuvok's right. Lieutenant Paris and I will just be fine. I'll see you in 24 hours.
Janeway exits the bridge onto a turbolift.
Lieutenant, I want you to keep close tabs on the captain's shuttle. Let's make sure she doesn't run into any trouble.
Aye, sir.
Chakotay walks away from Tuvok and heads over to Ensign Kim's station.
Ensign, let's shut down those transporters and start the diagnostic we've been putting off.
Sir, are you sure we shouldn't wait for the captain to get back?
Ensign Kim, you have been given a direct order. Do as the commander tells you.
Aye, sir. Chakotay walks over to Station Ops 2 where Torres is working.
Have you finished upgrading the internal sensors, Ensign?
I'm working on it, sir.
I hope so.
2 security men enter by the door next to Tuvok's station. Chakotay takes a pad away from one of them.
Wait here.
Is something wrong, sir?
No, it's just tomorrow's duty roster.
Chakotay crosses the bridge and sits down, while still going over the contents of the screen of the pad.
Sir, Captain Janeway's shuttle has gone to warp.
Thank you, Tuvok. Chakotay to all hands. Let's do it.
Sir?
Chakotay shoots Tuvok.
Oh!
One security guard shoots the helmsman. The other just misses Kim. Red alert! Security to the bridge!
You're wasting your time, Harry. All my teams are taking control of security, engineering, and all key systems.
You'll never get away with this. People will fight back.
That's going to be a little difficult. All your off-duty Starfleet friends have been locked down in quarters.
Kim is about to shoot Chakotay, but Torres gets him first.
I guess you've made your choice.
Jonas to Chakotay.
Go ahead.
They're putting up a fight on deck 2. We could use some help.
Carlson, O'Donnell, get these people to the brig. Ayala, take the con and move us out of comm range of Janeway's shuttle. You're with me.
Torres and Chakotay exit the bridge in a turbolift.
Deck 2. Thanks for watching my back in there.
Right.
Are you okay?
Tell you the truth, shooting Harry got me a little rattled.
He's only stunned. We're not going to kill anybody today unless it's absolutely necessary. Just stay close.
The turbolift doors open and Torres and Chakotay exit into Deck 2's corridors. The corridors are dark, with only the red lights from the red alert illuminating them.
Stay low.
They've got us pinned down.
We'll just have to shoot our way past him. Ready?
They shoot down the guards. One is taken out by a Bajoran woman with a phaser rifle.
Seska?
It's just like old times, isn't it?
Thanks for the help.
We've got to get moving. Some of Janeway's people are trying to set up a command center in the mess hall.
We focus on the mess hall. The Maquis blast their way in. Neelix and several crew members are huddled together. Neelix has a phaser pointed at Chakotay, Torres, and Seska.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. This phaser is set on wide beam. I could take you all in a one shot.
Everybody, drop your weapons.
Neelix stands up and moves beside Chakotay, pointing his phaser at the other crew members.
You heard the man. Drop your weapons. Don't look so surprised, Commander. I know a winner when I see one. I'm with you.
Do you want me to shoot him?
We're still going to need a cook. Chakotay to engineering. What's your status?
Engineering is secure.
Transporter rooms 1 and 2. Status.
Transporter room 1 is under control.
Transporter room 2 is secure. Shuttle bay. Status.
Shuttle bay is secured, Commander.
I'll take care of the prisoners here. You two get some help and start rounding up the personnel that are still locked down in quarters. Bring them to Cargo Bay 1,
We did it.
just like old times.
We focus on the corridor. Seska and Torres are moving their way down the corridor, phasers at the ready.
You did a good job today.
Thanks.
Just make sure you keep it up.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm not as easy to win over as Chakotay. Come on, let's go.
They take a crewman from his quarters at gunpoint. The three continue down the corridor and then come to a stop.
Wait here.
We focus on Kess's quarters. Kess is back to short hair and a short skirt from her recent long hair and catsuits.
Seska, what's going on here?
Move it.
Why are we being treated like prisoners?
No talking.
We focus on the cargo bay.
Over there with the rest of them.
What are you gonna do with us?
I said no talking.
Seska shoves Kess ahead with the phaser rifle.
Hey, take it easy.
I told you it was a mistake letting Starfleet people in on this.
Now is not the time, Seska.
Chakotay turns to the assembled Starfleet crew.
Take a good look around you. You're under armed guard. You may also notice that your senior officers aren't here. They're in the brig. They'll be put off the ship, the first habitable planet we come to, all except Janeway and Paris, who will arrive at their rendezvous coordinates to find that Voyager's not there. In short, I've taken control of the ship. I don't blame any of you for the mistakes of your leaders, so I'm giving you a choice. You can be put off the ship with your superiors, or you can do what Neelix and some of your other crew members have already done and join me. If you do, you'll be part of a crew that's going to do whatever it takes to get us home as fast as possible. Under my command, we won't let almighty Federation principles get in the way of opportunities the way Janeway did when she destroyed the array that could have gotten us home. And we won't be wasting precious time stopping to investigate every insignificant anomaly that we come across. What we will do is use any means necessary to acquire technology that can shorten our journey. To hell with Starfleet regulations. You have 15 minutes to make up your minds.
B'Elanna, what's going on here?
Computer freeze program.
Everyone in the cargo bay freezes except for Paris and Torres.
Are you in the habit of just walking in on people's private holodeck time?
Well, it's not as if I caught you dancing the rumba with a naked Bolian. We had a lunch date, remember?
Is it lunchtime already? I must have lost track of time.
Well, I expected to find you shooting pool at Sandrine's, not hanging out with Seska. What sort of program is this anyway?
It's really something. I was doing a routine purge of the database, taking out old files that were taking up space, and I found this holo novel. It's a kind of what-if story, all about a Maquis mutiny. It's completely compelling and believable. I guess it's because it's all about us.
Who wrote it?
Now, that is the big mystery. Whoever the author is has gone to a lot of trouble to keep his identity a secret. It's been encrypted.
Why do you suppose someone would try so hard to be anonymous?
Well, think about it. Whoever plays this program takes on the role of a Starfleet security officer who gets approached by Chakotay to help the Maquis take over the ship. I mean, it's pretty inflammatory.
You think we should tell the captain?
Probably.
It would be pretty hard for us to give her a full report if we didn't know how the story ends.
Excellent point.
Great. Can you reset it for me?
I was just getting to the good part.
Oh, come on, B'Elanna. Be a sport. I've got to be back on duty in less than an hour. Besides, isn't half the fun of a holo novel having someone to talk it over with?
All right. You owe me one.
We focus on the holographic corridor. Paris is now wearing the gold uniform of a security ensign.
Where are you headed?
The bridge.
Mind if I walk with you?
I was kind of hoping you would.
So, how's it going?
Couldn't be better.
Tuvok still giving you a hard time?
Oh, doesn't he always?
I don't know about you, but when I think about spending 70 years on the same ship with that guy, it gives me a headache.
Not to mention an upset stomach.
We focus on the holographic turbolift.
Bridge.
I hear you're planning a mutiny.
Computer. Halt turbo lift. Who told you that?
Let's just say there are rumors.
Yeah, well, don't believe everything you hear.
Of course not. I just wanted you to know that whatever happens, I'm with you.
Computer, resume turbo lift.
I'm serious. Just tell me what you want me to do.
All right, Ensign, here it is. As soon as the captain leaves to meet the Rukani, I want you to put all crew quarters on lockdown. I'll ask you if you finished upgrading the internal sensors. If you say yes, I'll know we're ready to go.
I understand.
I'm watching you. No tricks.
We focus on the holographic bridge.
We are entering the Rukani sector, Commander.
Inform the captain.
Aye, sir.
Paris heads over to the same ops station Torres was at earlier. Janeway enters the bridge, the same as before.
Well, Commander, Voyager's all yours.
There's a first time for everything, I guess. Don't worry, Captain. I'll keep your ship safe and sound.
I'm sure you will.
Paris has an amused look on his face as we hear his voice come over the comm.
Shuttle bay to Captain Janeway.
Go ahead, Mr. Paris.
The shuttle's ready to go whenever you are.
On my way.
Janeway and Chakotay start to walk toward the back of the bridge and stop at Tuvok Station.
Captain, I've been thinking. Are you sure you don't want to take Lieutenant Tuvok with you, just in case the Rukani turn out to be less friendly than they seem?
I assure you, Commander, I have made thorough preparations for the captain's safety during her away mission. You, on the other hand, are still adapting to your duties as first officer. Under the circumstances, I believe my time will be better spent assisting you in your effort to justify the trust the captain has placed in you.
I appreciate your concern for my safety, Mr. Chakotay, but Tuvok's right. Lieutenant Paris and I will be just fine. I will see you in 24 hours.
Janeway exits the bridge into a turbolift.
Lieutenant, I want you to keep close tabs on the captain's shuttle. Let's make sure she doesn't run into any trouble.
Aye, sir.
Chakotay walks away from Tuvok and heads over to Ensign Kim's station.
Ensign, let's shut down the transporters and start that diagnostic we've been putting off.
Sir, are you sure we shouldn't wait for the captain to get back?
Ensign Kim, you have been given a direct order. Do as the commander tells you.
Aye, sir. Chakotay walks over to Station Ops 2 where Paris is working.
Have you finished upgrading the internal sensors?
Yes, sir.
I hope so.
2 security men enter by the door next to Tuvok's station. Chakotay takes a pad from one of them.
Wait here.
Is something wrong, sir?
No, it's just tomorrow's duty roster.
The captain's shuttle has gone to warp.
Thank you, Tuvok. Chakotay to all hands. Let's do it.
Sir?
Tuvok, get down!
Too late. Chakotay shoots Tuvok. Paris jumps one of the guards. Kim shoots the other. Chakotay shoots Kim. A Maquis crewman, Ayala, pulls Paris off the guard.
I guess you've made your choice.
It's not over yet, Chakotay.
Take them all to the brig.
We focus on the holographic brig. Paris looks around and then heads over to talk to Tuvok.
Sir, we have to do something.
What do you have in mind, Ensign?
Escape? Retake the ship?
We will indeed attempt to do so when the time is right.
What about trying it now?
Such a foolhardishly a proposal suggests a lack of proper training. Need I remind you that we are confined behind an electrostatic force field?
We can't just sit here and do nothing.
We are hardly doing nothing. We are observing the enemy, watching for any discernible patterns in their procedures, looking for any weaknesses in their defenses.
How long is this observing business going to take? It's been over an hour already. I'm getting bored.
I am not concerned with your amusement, Ensign. We are in a crisis situation, and we will follow procedure. And procedure dictates that we will wait for the right opportunity to attempt to escape. Whether it takes an hour or a week.
A week? Who wrote this stuff?
Chakotay enters the brig.
Ho Kim and Tuvok here. Bring the rest of them to Cargo Bay 1.
Enjoy the wait.
We focus on the holographic cargo bay. Chakotay is once again addressing the Starfleet crew members.
And we won't be wasting precious time stopping to investigate every insignificant anomaly we come across. What we will do is use any means necessary to acquire technology that can shorten our journey. To hell with Starfleet regulations. You have 15 minutes to make up your minds.
I don't need 15 minutes. I'm with you right now.
We focus on the mess hall. Paris and Torres are sitting at a table.
So by the time I got around to joining Chakotay's little band of rebels,
Aha.
he was so suspicious of my motives that he assigned me to lubricate the warp core plasma manifolds.
You should have tried going along with the mutiny from the beginning. It's much more fun.
Oh, believe me, next time I will.
Neelix comes over to their table.
I couldn't help overhearing. You two are talking about the new holo novel. I tried sending an encoding message to Captain Janeway's shuttle to warn her about the mutiny. But Chakotay caught me, phasered me, and the program reset. Next time, I'm going to pretend to go along with the conspirators and then stage a counterstrike.
I thought we were going to keep this our little secret.
Don't look at me. I didn't tell him.
I heard about it from the doctor.
The doctor?
I may have let it slip while I was running his weekly diagnostic.
Oh, great. Who else knows about it?
Don't worry about me. My lips are sealed.
Now Ensign Kim joins them at the table. So, what's this Ayala tells me about a new holo novel?
Get in line, Harry.
We focus on Voyager flying through space.
Lieutenant Paris's personal log, stardate 50953.4. I've decided to take B'Elanna's advice and replay the holo novel, this time as a full-fledged member of Chakotay's team of mutineers. I hope it turns out better than before.
We focus on the holographic bridge. The Maquis are back in their original leather clothes.
Where the hell are those warp engines?
They're still offline. We can't seem to get the dilithium matrix reinitialized.
It's been 2 days.
Don't worry, B'Elanna's on it.
Chakotay heads over to Paris, who is in a Maquis leather outfit and now at the security station.
Run a full security sweep. Something tells me there's more to this engine problem than a faulty dilithium matrix.
Do you think we've got a saboteur aboard?
There's a ship approaching, bearing 216 Mark 33. It's Janeway's shuttle.
Open a channel. Hello, Catherine. How did it go to Rukani?
You're out of uniform, Commander.
There have been a few changes since you've been gone.
So I've heard. You think I don't have any friends left on Voyager?
Apparently you do, but I'll
And
find
then-
them.
Mm-hmm. And then what? Will you kill them or just put them off the ship?
Nobody has to die here today.
I thought you were a man of your word, Chakotay. I guess I was mistaken.
I'm sorry it had to come to this, but the crew believes I can get them home faster than you can.
That's going to be a little difficult without warp engines, isn't it?
Our warp drive may be temporarily offline, but our weapon systems are fully operational.
They're powering phasers.
Catherine, don't try to be a hero. I've been reasonable so far. I'll allow you to keep the shuttle. I'll even transport you some extra provisions. But if you don't stand down, I will destroy your shuttle.
You have just threatened the wrong woman, Chakotay.
The transmission ends. The shuttle fires on Voyager.
What does she think she's going to accomplish?
We can obliterate them in one shot.
Not till I give the order. Reopen the channel.
The shuttle fires on Voyager again.
I don't know how, but they've disabled our shields. We're completely vulnerable.
Target their warp core and fire.
I always said Janeway was a fool.
Intruder alert on deck 8.
It's Paris and Janeway.
Janeway's no fool. She tricked us into destroying her shuttle, then transported over while the shields were down.
She's trying to free the prisoners.
You've got the bridge. You're with me.
Paris and Chakotay exit the bridge into a turbolift. We focus on the holographic brig. Janeway, the other Paris, and Tuvok are there. Janeway is holding a phaser rifle and working at a panel.
Get away from that panel!
Janeway fires at Chakotay but misses. Chakotay shoots Janeway. Holo Paris is behind regular Paris.
Drop it.
They are staring each other down. Each has a phaser pointed at the other. The program ends. We focus on the holodeck.
Computer, resume program.
The holographic simulation has ended.
Well, start it up again. Right where it left off.
Unable to comply.
Why not?
Additional narrative parameters have not been programmed.
Are you saying there's no more story?
Affirmative.
This is someone's idea of a practical joke, right?
Please rephrase the question. Fade out. Torres and Perez are in the holodeck. Torres is scanning an isolinear chip and then inserts it back into a section on a panel on the wall.
There. I've bypassed the security override. Try it now.
Computer, identify the author of holographic program entitled Insurrection Alpha.
That information is classified.
I've tried every decryption protocol I can think of. Whoever wrote this is good.
Not to mention sadistic. I can't believe we've been left hanging like this.
Neelix enters.
Any luck? Me neither. I've discreetly questioned everybody I thought I could trust. Either nobody knows or nobody's talking.
Remember the good old days when it was impossible to keep a secret on a ship this small?
We focus on the briefing room. Janeway, Paris, Torres, Tuvok, Chakotay, Kim, and Neelix are sitting around the table.
Well, if that takes care of our official agenda, there's another matter I'd like to discuss. Commander Chakotay informs me there's a new holo novel that's become quite popular among the crew.
It's been accessed 47 times by 33 different crew members.
I don't suppose anyone here is familiar with what we're talking about?
Actually, Captain, I'm the one who found it on the auxiliary database.
I've been running it too.
Anybody else?
Neelix and Kim reluctantly raise their hands.
I understand that the author of this little opus has chosen to remain anonymous, perhaps because of the controversial nature of the story, which depicts Commander Chakotay as the leader of the Maquis mutiny. Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, I want each of you to talk to your staff and find out who the anonymous author is.
That won't be necessary, Captain. I am the author of the program in question.
You, Tuvok?
I never knew you had literary aspirations. Not to mention talent. What a story.
I'm afraid that there's been a misunderstanding. The program is not a holo novel. It is a tactical training scenario. When you first invited the Maquis to join our crew, I believed that mutiny was a very real possibility. With that in mind, I began to write a training program for junior security officers to prepare them for such an eventuality.
But you never finished it?
No. As the two crews began to work together, I concluded that the threat of an insurrection was increasingly unlikely. I realized the program itself might exacerbate the very conflict I sought to avoid. Therefore, I deleted the scenario, or so I believed.
Apparently, you didn't account for B'Elanna's exceptional computer skills.
Nor her somewhat excessive curiosity. I apologize for the carelessness, Captain.
Forget your carelessness. What you should be apologizing for is leaving us all hanging by a thread. You've got to finish the story.
On the contrary, Mr. Paris, the program has the potential to incite animosity among the crew and must be permanently deleted. I have no doubt that the captain concurs.
With all due respect, Mr. Tuvok, loosen up. You may have intended this program to be a tactical training tool, but it looks to me it's turned into a bit of harmless fun.
As the captain of this ship, surely you...
I'm more than just the captain. I'm the leader of a community, and communities need entertainment, culture, creative outlets. Since we're not privy to every new piece of music or holo novel that's written back home, I think it's only natural we should start creating our own.
Besides, Tuvok, if the crew doesn't get an ending, you may have a real mutiny on your hands.
If Tuvok doesn't want to finish it, the story, I volunteer.
Oh?
Well, I've always wanted to write a holo novel. I think I could make it pretty exciting.
Good. Then it's settled. I, for one, can't wait to see if Captain Janeway manages to outwit the conspirators.
We focus on the mess hall. Tuvok enters and heads over to Paris.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Anonymous, come to check up on your replacement?
Since the captain insists on allowing you to proceed with this frivolous exercise, I thought you might benefit from the original probability studies that I conducted before beginning the scenario.
Well, thanks, Tuvok, but I don't need any probability studies. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along.
Indeed. I'd be curious to know what you've made up thus far.
Well, I was thinking Paris and Janeway retake the ship, and then she decides to execute all the conspirators.
That is an entirely implausible plot development. Captain Janeway would never behave in such an inhumane manner.
This isn't real life, Tuvok. It's fiction. Don't get so caught up in logic.
Logic is an integral part of narrative structure. According to the dictates of Poetic by Thane of Vulcan, a character's actions must flow inexorably from his or her established traits.
Well, I don't know anything about Tahane, but I do know what makes an interesting story, and that's unexpected plot twists.
If you think that I will allow you to turn this program into some kind of parody, you are sorely mistaken.
Are you saying you're just going to finish it yourself?
Torres joins the two at their table.
Artistic differences?
I would hardly call Mr. Paris's ideas artistic.
Apparently my instincts don't comply with the Vulcan dictates of poetics.
Well, I've got a couple of suggestions that might help. Now, up until now, the story's been nothing but action, which is fine. But what it needs is a little heart, a little emotion.
We are not writing a romance novel here, Lieutenant.
We?
I've decided that your efforts would benefit from my collaboration.
Oh, really?
Listen, I don't care which one of you is writing this thing. All I'm saying is that there is room in every good story for a little bit of passion.
You know, maybe you're onto something. I could add a steamy love scene between the Starfleet con officer and the Maquis engineer.
Oh, that's realistic.
Neelix comes over with a carafe in his hands.
How about a pot of coffee to keep those creative juices flowing, eh?
Thanks, Neelix.
While I'm here,
Let me guess, you have a suggestion to make.
of course not. I would never presume to interfere in the creative process. It's more of a comment, really, about the Neelix character.
How surprising.
He would never betray the captain the way he does in that story. No offense, Mr. Bulkin, but I don't think you understand my character very well.
Tuvok, didn't you forget to follow the dictates of poetics?
Perhaps we should find some place quieter to work.
Now that's the first intelligence suggestion I've heard all evening.
Tuvok and Paris get up and head out of the mess hall. We focus on the corridor. Tuvok and Paris are walking together conversing, both holding pads in their hands.
I believe our first step should be to create a carefully constructed outline of the remaining chapters.
I told you, Tuvok, I'm just making it up as I go.
We cannot proceed without a carefully constructed outline.
There you go with all that we stuff again. I don't remember agreeing to let you help me.
Need I remind you that it was I who first began this scenario?
And you think I'm compromising your creative vision?
In so many words, yes. And it is my duty to ensure that ship security is not compromised by your creative vision.
You had your chance to finish the story, and you wanted to delete it.
True. But since that is no longer an option, I am now exercising my prerogative as the original author.
Look, Tuvok, for the last time, I don't need any help.
We focus on the holodeck. Tuvok and Paris enter. The doctor is already in there.
Ah, there you are. I have several brilliant ideas for upcoming chapters of your holonovel, as well as a list of revisions and dialogue changes that I believe will improve the earlier installments.
I don't believe this.
No thanks are necessary. In addition, I'm prepared to offer my expertise in the creation of holographic mise-en-scene.
Computer, override the EMH program, autonomous controls, and transfer him back to sickbay.
Now wait just a minute.
The doctor disappears.
Thanks, Tuvok. Now that I think about it, I'll take it from here.
You may find that difficult, since I am the only one who can make additions to the program.
All right, Tuvok, you win. We'll finish the story together.
That is a very rational decision, Mr. Paris. Computer, reinitiate the holographic program entitled Insurrection Alpha. Security clearance Tuvok 4774.
The program has been reinitiated.
The first thing we're going to change is that title.
Reformat the Holo Matrix for the addition of new interactive algorithms.
The holo matrix has been formatted.
Reopen the narrative parameters file.
The holodeck glitches. We focus on the bridge. Captain, we just lost power in both transporter rooms. The comm went down, and the holodeck systems are completely scrambled. We focus on the holographic brig.
What are we doing in the brig?
I have no idea. We haven't given the computer instructions to create a location yet.
Hello, Tuvok. I've been expecting you. If you can see me, you've obviously reopened the narrative parameters file of the tactical scenario you've been working on.
How do you know that? You're a hologram.
That's right. A holographic representation of Seska, one of the Maquis shipmates you betrayed. I would have thought all that time you spent spying on us might have given you a little more insight into the Maquis. But after looking at what you've already written, I can see you need a little help. So I've created this representation of myself to guide you through the rest of the program.
There is no more program.
There is now. I finished writing it for you with a few revisions of my own.
Revisions?
To start with, the holodeck is now sealed. Your friends will find it very difficult to get you out of there. And the safety protocols are off, which means if I shoot you, and I am going to shoot you, you'll die. But not just yet. You've got 10 seconds to run. 9, 8.
Computer end program.
7, 6.
Holodeck
5.
1 to the bridge. Emergency transport.
Oh, did I forget to tell you? The moment you restarted the program, the comm system went down. 4, 3.
I guess we'd better do what she says.
2, 1.
We focus on the holographic corridor. Tuvok and Paris are running.
You should never have crossed her, Tuvok.
She has been dead for over a year now. There would have been no way to predict this turn of events.
I guess we should have known Seska wouldn't let a little thing like death stop her from getting even.
Tuvok, Tom, in here.
Captain?
We focus on the holographic transporter room. Captain Janeway hands Tuvok and Paris each a phaser.
We're going to have to transport to the cargo bay to free the rest of the prisoners. It's safer than trying to make it on foot.
She's a hologram too?
Apparently, she believes we're here to help her retake the ship from the mutineers.
I say we play along. We could use all the help we can get against Seska.
You're forgetting it was Seska who wrote the scenario. For all we know, she's programmed Captain Janeway to betray us.
I suppose you have a better idea?
The safest course of action is to avoid participating of any kind. Eventually, the real captain will discover our predicament and shut down the program from the outside.
Let's move.
Hold it right there.
Chakotay and Seska have appeared in the transporter room.
Back off.
Or what? You'll shoot us? Go right ahead.
Whatever you say.
Janeway fires her phaser rifle, but it backfires and kills her.
Poor Catherine. I guess nobody told her the phaser rifles from storage locker 3 have been malfunctioning.
You're an incredible woman, Seska.
Chakotay kisses Seska.
Oh, baby.
You see who's in charge now, don't you? So if I were you, I'd get moving again. The program's not over.
We have no intention of participating in this exercise.
You don't want to end up like your captain, do you?
You programmed all of this. The malfunctioning phaser, the version of Chakotay who's attracted to you, none of it's real.
You hear that? He thinks it's a game. Show him he's wrong.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Chakotay shoots Paris in the arm.
Next time, you'll believe me when I tell you the safety protocols are off. Now, you've got 5 seconds to start running again, or you'll end up with more than a flesh wound.
We focus on the holographic corridor.
So much for not playing along with Seska's program.
Are you able to continue?
I'll keep up. The question is, where are you going?
I have an idea.
We focus on the holographic sickbay.
What's the point? This isn't the real sickbay.
I may be able to use some of this holographic equipment to treat your wound. Besides, it's as good a place as any to hide from Seska.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
No emergency, Doc. I'm fine.
Nonsense. You have second-degree phaser burns. Please have a seat on biobed 1.
That's all right, Doc. I'm telling you, I feel fine.
You require treatment. 20 cc's nitric acid. A little proverbial salt in the wound.
Paris screams in pain. Tuvok disarms the doctor, who then hits him and starts to strangle him.
You're looking well.
Go!
I'm not going to leave you.
Paris tries to hit the doctor, but his hand passes through his head.
It was a pleasure treating you. Don't hesitate to call again.
The holo doctor throws both of them out of his sickbay. We focus on the holographic corridor.
Are you all right, Mr. Paris?
Oh, just great. Maybe we can go to the mess hall now and let the holographic Neelix burn my arm with a frying pan.
Your feeble attempt at wit notwithstanding, it appears that Seska has reprogrammed the holographic crew to torture us. I suggest we avoid meeting any more of them.
Seska to Tuvok, I know you can hear me.
Oh, terrific.
I just wanted to remind you that wherever you go, I will find you.
I say we try the Jeffries tubes.
I concur.
We focus on the real bridge. Captain, you're not going to believe this, but Seska caused all of these cascade failures.
Seska? How?
What she lacked in loyalty, she made up for in ingenuity. According to the backup computer log, she got into Tuvok's scenario on stardate 48671, about a month before she left the ship. She programmed it to cause all of these shutdowns the next time Tuvok reopened the narrative parameters file, which he didn't do until today.
Can we get them out?
Seska laid booby-trapped subroutines everywhere. If we try to open the holotech doors, the power grid is rigged to explode.
And the transporters are still offline.
You said the narrative parameters file is open now.
Seska's revised the program is playing out as we speak.
If Seska can rewrite Tuvok, maybe I can rewrite Seska.
We focus on the holographic Jeffries tube.
So, Tuvok, anything in the dictates of poetics about how to escape from a ship full of insane holograms?
Your attempts at humor are hardly constructive, Mr. Paris.
He unlocks an internal hatch to reveal a plasma fire.
The controls are jammed. I cannot close the hatch.
A plasma fire extinguisher appears.
Tuvok!
Paris puts out the fire and then holds up the plasma extinguisher.
Where do you suppose this came from?
That is an intriguing question.
Do you think Seska's toying with us? Taking us to the brink of death again and letting us live so she can keep torturing us?
I prefer a more optimistic interpretation. It is possible our shipmates outside the holodeck have learned of our predicament and have found a way to help us by making additions to the program, such as that plasma extinguisher.
If you want to look on the bright side, I'm certainly not going to argue with you.
They go down a ladder.
If they do know what's going on, why just hand us a plasma extinguisher? Why not shut down the hologrid or change the scenario?
I would imagine Seska has made it very difficult for anyone to implement more than minor changes.
Take a look at this.
They head over to a blinking panel on the wall. On Auxiliary Systems Monitor 128, a message is written. Trying to help you. Go to weapons locker.
You were right.
We must follow their instructions.
But when they try to exit the Jeffries tube system, Chakotay is waiting for them on the other side of the door.
Hello, boys.
We focus on the real engineering. Janeway and Torres are watching this play out on a screen.
What do you say we go for a little walk?
Where did that come from?
Seska's program is adding new algorithms to counteract the changes we're making.
I need more access to the narrative subroutines.
I can't get in.
You better find a way, otherwise Tom and Tuvok aren't going to make it out of there alive. It looks like Chakotay is taking them to the holographic cargo bay.
Torres to Kim. How are you coming with those transporters?
We focus on the bridge. Ensign Kim is working at his station. Seska's program has completely disabled the relay access ports. We focus on engineering. It's going to take a little while to get Tom and Tuvok out of there.
I guess that means I keep writing.
We focus on the holographic cargo bay.
As you can see, the last of your comrades have been captured. In case anybody had any doubts, it should be obvious by now that this is no longer a Starfleet vessel.
Bring Paris and Tuvok over here. You and you, bring your weapons.
We focus on engineering. The scene in the holodeck is still playing out on a screen.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm going to execute them right here.
I need access to the character algorithms now.
I'm on it.
We focus on the holographic cargo bay.
Fire on my order.
Belay that.
What are you doing? We planned this.
I'm not sure it's necessary to kill them.
If I'm not mistaken, the Chakotay hologram is undergoing some sort of character change.
Do you think they're trying to help us again?
These two rodents betrayed us. They deserve to die.
Don't listen to her, Commander. You've taken this ship. There is no need to add murder to your list of offenses.
Quiet.
Lower your weapons.
We focus on the real engineering.
It's working.
Now, if I can just keep modifying the Chakotay hologram.
You're not going to lose your nerve, are you?
We focus on the holographic cargo bay.
We have what we want. There's no reason to kill them.
Prepare to fire on my order.
Seska, I'm in command of this operation.
We focus on the real engineering and back to the screen.
Not anymore.
Holo Seska kills Holo Chakotay.
I don't believe it. The program is reconfiguring the subprocessors to count every change we make. No matter what we do, it rewrites itself so that Tom and Tuvok will die.
I'm not out of ideas yet.
We focus on the holographic cargo bay.
Now, is there anyone else who wants to challenge my authority? Isn't their loyalty inspiring? Set your phasers to kill.
Don't listen to her.
Fire on my order.
Suddenly, the ship is fired on and there is a rumble in the cargo bay.
What the hell was that?
Another attack and a large rumble knocks everyone off their feet. Tuvok and Paris grab phasers from the Maquis.
Don't move, Seska!
Mr. Seska, we're under attack, Daddy.
The Rakani?
The people the captain and I were visiting while you were busy taking over the ship. When we realized there was a mutiny in progress, we called them for a little assistance.
We focus on the real engineering.
Harry, have you got transporters yet?
Still working on it, Captain. We focus on the holographic cargo bay.
You're not getting this ship back.
That is a rather bold statement for someone in your position.
Computer, initiate 60 seconds of self-destruct sequence. Authorization Zeta 1.
This ship will self-destruct in 60 seconds.
Computer, belay that order. Authorization Tuvok 4774.
Unable to comply. Voice print not recognized.
If you don't hand over that phaser rifle, everyone on this ship is going to be dead in...
Self-destruct in 45 seconds. We focus on the real engineering.
I don't know how she rigged it, Captain, but when she ordered the self-destruct, it initiated an overload in the holodeck power relays. The whole grid is going to blow.
We focus on the holographic cargo bay. Self-destruct in 30 seconds.
Hand over that weapon, or the ship is going to be destroyed.
I have set this phaser to kill! If you do not deactivate the self-destruct sequence, I will fire!
I'm surprised at you, Tuvok. That's not very logical. If I'm dead, who'll turn off the self-destruct?
15 seconds to self-destruct. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Tuvok and Paris hand over their weapons.
Computer, terminate self-destruct sequence. Authorization Zeta 1.
Self-destruct sequence has been terminated.
Now call off your Rakani friends.
Do what she says!
Tuvok.
That is an order, Mr. Paris.
Paris to Rakani vessel. Thank you for your assistance, but everything is under control now.
It is, isn't it? I guess if you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself.
Seska fires the phaser rifle. And kills herself.
Not bad.
Seska is not the only one who knows how to cause a phaser malfunction.
Suddenly, the program disappears. The holographic simulation has ended. We focus on engineering.
It's over.
Kim to engineering. I think I can give you transporters now, Captain.
That's all right, Harry. No rush.
We focus on the mess hall. Chakotay, Janeway, Tuvok, Torres, Neelix, and Paris are sitting around a table. They raise their glasses.
Here's the stories with happy endings.
I must say, Captain, causing the alien ship to come to our aid was a very effective plot development.
Who says Deus Ex Machina is an outdated literary device?
I'm just glad you didn't come down with a case of writer's block.
So, you two are going to have to come up with a new idea for your next literary collaboration.
What about doing a Western?
Or a detective story.
I don't care what kind of story it is, as long as I'm not the bad guy this time.
Everyone has a big laugh.
I've got a great idea for a holo novel about a daring trader who becomes a cook on a starship. Eventually, he rises.
Mr. Neelix, if Mr. Paris and I do create another work of holo fiction, I assure you, we will choose a subject much less close to home.
The end.
Okay, and that concludes our reading of Star Trek Voyager's worst case scenario. Let's come back in here. Okay, wow. I was not ready for that. That was fun. Okay, so let's introduce our cast. Okay.
Good.
Good. This was a good one. I had fun with this one. Okay. First, I'm going to introduce. I'll go by who had the most lines, and then, but sort of that order. So, as Lieutenant Tom Paris was Kevin Millard, who was. I'm sorry, I gotta do that. Hey, Kevin, who was on the left side of the right hand of the screen there. Kevin was playing Tom Paris, and I had a couple lines as Michael Jonas, who was a dead Maquis crew member. Also, we had Michael Chan as Commander Chakotay, and an unnamed like just the crewwoman. A couple, like actually it was 2 different crewwomen, I believe, in it as well. Jeff Mater, who is my brother right here behind my left shoulder, was playing Tuvok, or the ultimate Tuvok, or the Ultimate Warrior version of Tuvok, as well as Kess, or a Southern Damsel's Kess. My wife Jane was playing the role of Seska, the villain of the holographic Seska, more specifically, the villain of the episode, and the unnamed crewman, I believe. Yeah, I think there was a few different crewmen as well. Oh, just one? Oh, just one. Okay. I'm Dave Mater. I was playing Captain Catherine Janeway and Neelix, at least these versions of those characters. Also introducing Jessica Chan, who is there with Michael on the right hand side of the panel here in the bottom left hand corner. Sorry, that's a lot to get through. Jessica was playing Lieutenant B'Elanna Torres, as well as the EMH, the holographic doctor. What a great debut and great job, Jessica.
Thank you.
And
It was fun.
and of course, our narrator Ashley Millard, also playing the role of the apathetic computer, and the Ensign Harry.
The overly energetic Harry Kim.
Yeah, the end. Yes, yeah, and so yeah, we can get into all the different characters, but what was sort of everybody's take? Whoever wants to go first, just raise your hand. I mean, yeah, like.
Well, I was trying to figure out who you were a Simpsons character.
Was that like kind of like Chief Wiggum or no, Mayor Quimby?
I was super distracted trying to figure out who it was that you sounded like. At first, I thought maybe the aliens from Galaxy Quest. You are
that's what I kept thinking. Yeah.
Then I missed my lines because I was sitting there going, "What is that? What does he remind me?"
With a little bit of JFK put in there.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Who says Deus Ex Machina?
You know, you're JFK from Clone High. Did you guys watch Clone High?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
That must be where I don't even know where I was getting it from. I was like, I know this character, and it's just this.
Okay. That's clicked for me now. Now I know.
Yeah.
I had Galaxy Quest going through my head the whole time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, he's
same
so
here.
close.
Yeah.
And Michael, you're Chakotay. Wow, it was.
That was a last-minute choice.
Yeah,
I was practicing it totally different.
Like, he's allowed to do this. Yeah, okay.
I'm the only one allowed to do
That's
this.
This is acceptable. Yeah, no, it was great energy too. I thought sometimes with the Chakotay character and some of the others, it just his like, and just his the whole. Because you were mostly holographic Chakotay. You were only playing real Chakotay maybe for a couple of lines.
Yeah,
so.
just a few lines at the end and in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the bad guy anymore. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Jeff's ultimate Tuvok.
Oh my god.
It's an interesting take on a Vulcan.
Well, nobody wanted to be around the guy, so I had to make him
Yeah, he was non-emotional. That's just how he talks.
I thought it was like Batman Tuvok.
Oh,
yeah, I was doing Batman and a wrestler, kind of all in one.
Nice.
I was thinking of that newscaster from Futurama. I forget it.
Oh my
his name,
god.
Blorg or something.
Oh yeah.
Because when I first started doing it, I was like, I'm going to try to do it like Ultimate Warrior, but I would have had to take twice as long to really do it the way he does it.
Yeah. You had too much
Yeah.
dialogue
Yeah.
for this one, I think, to try to
Ultimate Warrior speaks more slowly.
even slowly.
Yeah, like he leaves like 30
He
second
snarls
gaps
a lot.
between words, and he snarls, and
You kind of figured that out after the first, like your first like longer set of lines that you had as Tuvok. You were like, okay, yeah, this is gonna lengthen.
It's going to take a long time.
It's gonna take a long time.
We got some applause here. Phyllis, thank you, Phyllis. She's saying, "Great job, everyone. Loved it."
Thank you.
I don't remember this episode. She was on the edge of her seat. She didn't know what was gonna happen. It was, we're Harry and we're Tuvok and Tom gonna get out, but luckily they did. The ultimate Tuvok and Tom Paris. That was great. Thank you, Phyllis. That's and thank you to everybody. A great job everyone. That was a lot of fun, and I'm excited. We'll be back again in a week or so. We'll figure out the exact day and all those things. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Jessica. We were so glad to have you with us, and we hope you continue to whenever you want.
Me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, this has been great. It's always great to get new people in here too, just to get a new vibe and sort of thing, energy. So that's great. So if you have any requests or comments or feedback, let us know. Oh, and we got another shout out. Jessica's doctor was excellent.
Thank you.
As well as I have to agree, your doctor was amazing. Yeah, like we haven't mentioned that.
I was like,
Thanks.
so fast. You read the fast, it was good.
Articulate,
So fast,
it was nice. Very good. And my Neelix, that was reprising my Neelix from when we did Phage.
Chris Seymour.
Yeah, it was just Chris
That's
Seymour.
our friend Chris Seymour.
Yeah, and he's nothing like Neelix or Ethan Phillips or vice versa, but just for some reason, Neelix's lines with Chris Seymour always seems to work for me, which is a friend of ours. So that's all that is. Yeah. All right. Well, any other final comments before we go off live? Now, we always do our spin wheel after this, and we kind of figure out what the next episode's going to be, who's going to play what characters, but that just takes too long to do on the podcast, so we won't do it here. But make sure to subscribe here to Live Long and Podcast. We do the Star Trek Radio Theater weekly. We also do Star Trek episode rewatches, including Deep Space Nine on Tuesdays, original series. Right now we're doing that on Wednesdays, but sometimes it's Wednesdays, sometimes it's Thursdays. We're doing Cat Spa next week. On Deep Space Nine we're going to be doing Duet, which is near the end of season 1. And it's a great episode. So I really recommend tuning in for that. Thursdays, we're doing Star Trek Lower Decks episode reactions, as those air on CTV Sci-Fi, as that's a new show that's hit. And we're also expecting to cover Star Trek Discovery in October when it comes back. We're assembly panel. Michael, I believe you'll be one of our panelists for when we talk Star Trek Discovery for season 3 coming in. So we're looking forward to that. But also Super Mater Brothers Podcasting is our other channel where we talk about mostly reality TV. And right now we're doing a bunch of Big Brother USA episode reactions and sometimes Survivor rewatches. And we also do Westworld and a couple other scripted shows over there. And Trivial Debates, which is our monthly debate fight show where we do movies, TV, sports, and music arguments and all those things. Like, it's just a fun little argument show. So check all those out. Subscribe. We're all cross-linked, and thanks so much. And go Flames, go! And
Oh my God,
Come
Dave!
on.
hey guys, they won last night. It's going pretty good. Jeff, all you jealous, but Flames, we're going to snack out. Woo, we're going. All right. So thanks everyone again, and have a good night, and live long and podcast.